What up, peoples? Hip Hop for Breakfast. Shadow Saw Boxer, Mr. Boxer, Media Kings, Coronal Networks, all that good stuff. Thank you for being here with us. We have a legend in the building. I just had to tell her a story about how her album saved me from being homeless. But hip hopper, legendary rapper, actress, all sorts of things. Wife, superwoman, podcaster, whatever she feels like being at the time. RAH DIGGA, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Teacher. I can go down the list.
Yeah.
I be doing the most.
It's all right. It's all right. When we go back to talk about what RAH DIGGA did, we'll talk about the most.
That's right.
So
that's right.
So yeah, I did write down a bunch of questions a couple months ago when I found out I might get this opportunity. So
okay.
My first question is, what is your earliest hip hop memory?
My earliest hip hop memory would probably be almost probably like the first time I picked up a pen too. Mm-hmm. When I heard Shantae on Roxanne's Revenge. That was the thing that prompted me to actually pick up a pen. Like, I was so enamored with this young girl battling these dudes. So that was pretty much my introduction to women in rap. Even though, you know, a lot of people will say Blondie was not they don't call her the first female rapper, but she was, I guess, prominent in the hip hop scene at that time, because we know Chirac is the first female MC. That is shouts out to my sis MC Chirac. But I did remember feeling like oh snap, like this is hard. This girl is hard, and it was like, you know, it was touted that she was doing it all off the head. It was on the spot. So to me, that was like I could dig it. Yeah. What actually made me pick up a pen was when I heard the real Roxanne going at her. So I inserted myself in the beef with my little Radio Shack tape recorder and made a demo. I had the 12-inch of Roxanne playing in the background. I had my Radio Shack tape recorder, and I recorded a demo of myself as Shantae's sister dissing the real Roxanne.
Yo.
So that's like RAH DIGGA's official first rap song.
It's like that feeling when there's a difference between like hearing something dope that makes you feel good. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, hip hop's cool, rap's cool, and then that song that comes with like, I want to do this. I don't know why I want to do this.
Yes. But
I want to do this. Like, you almost immediately start cooking up rhyme. Mm-hmm. So that's what that was.
Yeah, Shantae did that for me, for sure.
Created a whole storyline.
I created a whole Roxanne is my sister, don't diss my sister. And I don't know what, you know, everybody asks me, you still have that tape? I don't know where that tape is. That is somewhere in the universe. But that was the very first rhyme that I wrote and attempted to record.
Man, that's cool. Before I get to my next question, you remember anything from that rap? You don't have to spit if you want to.
No, you know what? I do remember the last two lines, because that was my like, All right. It was Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. I'm an MC with the fresh rhyme. That was like the that was like the kill 'em.
That was that.
Yeah, yes.
That's what's up. All right, my next question. Whose music made you feel like you could be a great artist? But then I guess that would go right back into the first question.
Okay, so the great artist. It's funny because you actually breaking down my holy trinity as far as like the women. So my trinity is Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, and Shantae. Like, those are the three women that kind of molded me into RAH DIGGA, the female rapper, if you will. I'll get into the men trinity, you know, probably at some other point in the interview. But
it was those
three. So Lyte showed me what it looked like as an artist, like putting together an entire album because I don't know if I was really locked in on Shantae's discography.
Okay.
I knew about the Roxanne, but to me, MC Light put together like a cohesive body of work that I played from start to finish, and just kind of showed me what it looked like as a tough girl being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it was MC Light that made me, that kind of set the bar for me. Like, okay, if I'm ever to do an album, it has to match that.
Okay, so Roxanne.
So we had Roxanne, we had MC Light,
right, and then MC Light was like, no, I can do this, I can be this, I can make this happen.
Well, that didn't come until Latifah. Okay. So Light pretty much showed me what an album is supposed to, what a body of work should sound like. Mm-hmm. So Latifah into the fold. She is Dana Owens, basketball star, Irvington High down the street. Mm-hmm. So when I'm seeing Latifah do it, it's like, oh, wait a minute. This isn't just a New York thing. This like the girl from down the street got an album out. Like now it's getting closer and closer to home. Yeah. So now it's feeling like a real attainable goal because, as a kid from Jersey, New York seemed like out of space. Like it just seemed like this far away place, and everything rap related was happening in New York, and everything you were seeing on TV, like it was just all about
everything
New York.
Was New York, yeah.
So once I saw Latifah doing her thing, it was like, oh wait, this is a girl from Jersey doing this. Okay. Yeah. Now the gears are turning, and now I'm outside actively asking people, where can I go record? Who makes beats? Yeah. Trying to find studio time and stuff like that. Like that's when I really put boots on the ground. Like, okay, I'm gonna make a record for real.
That is so dope. Man, it was Run DMC for me. The Down with the King album. I was 12 years old. I was in summer camp. They had a kung fu instructor at the summer camp, and he would always come with his. He had a cassette Walkman. One day he left his headphones. He left it playing, and he left his headphones on the floor. I'm like, and so I picked it up, and then he's like, yeah, that's Run DMC. I'm like, I know who Run DMC is. Like, I was born in '81. But like I didn't know that they had put out any music. And plus I was a nerdy church kid. So like I had to sneak hip hop into my life.
Right.
But then he was just like, here, bring it back next week. And I'm like And I listened to Down with the King like it was the only album in existence.
Okay.
For like
Run DMC definitely had that effect on a lot of people. My cousin, we had like a breakdance routine to what was that, the King of, probably was the King of Rock, but and our whole spiel was, and girls can do it too, boys can't only break dance, girls can do it too, hit it. And then we do our little routine. So I think all young persons at that age, had a time emulating all of the hip hoppers back then.
Of course. I used to want to. You remember the LL Cool J "I'm Bad" music video?
Oh yeah.
All I wanted to do was stand on the car and swing my chain. And I just wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. Right. I wanted to have a Kango and a fat gold chain so I could just in front of my friends.
Yeah.
Okay. So, which do you enjoy more, singles, albums, or feature verses?
For myself.
For yourself. Yeah.
For me, feature verses.
Yeah.
For sure, feature verses. Nothing motivates me more than lighting a rapper up on their own record. That is my jam. I think I probably, if I had more discipline, you probably would have gotten more albums out of RAH DIGGA. Because as soon as I feel myself getting stumped or something, like I'll just put the pen, I'll just put the pen down, push pause on the Pro Tools and go make a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
But when it's time to get them features done and you're in the studio and like it's like, ooh, the pressure's on and ooh, this verse gotta be fire.
Yeah. So specifically, you featuring on somebody else's song.
Oh yes. Yes, that definitely I think there's probably insert name featuring RAH DIGGA songs out there more than any RAH DIGGA records.
Cause I wanted to like introduce my daughter to your music. We were playing. She's 9. But I was playing some Dirty Harriet up here. I let her know there's some adult language.
Oh, yeah.
But we experienced those things together. But I want to say like I'm always late when it comes to hip hop albums and mixtapes and stuff. Cause like I said, as a church kid, I wasn't allowed to have it. So like my love for hip hop comes from being on the outside and like watching and appreciating. Okay. So there's a song called "Put Your Lights Out," Cardinal Official and RAH DIGGA.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I can't remember what mixtape that was on, but that track knocked my socks off. It was just fun. And like it was like y'all would just punch it back and forth. Y'all weren't even really going at each other, but it was like
it knocked their socks off too. I remember that session quite well. And shouts out to my boy Cardinal. They actually just celebrated their 25th anniversary. I know I had to sign off on some clearance re-release stuff, so that's why it's fresh in my brain. But I remember that session. I remember he had a homeboy in there that because I was in one room writing, and I think I went and laid my verse, and maybe Cardinal was in another room writing. I don't know if he heard my verse, but his mans did, and I don't think it was meant for me to hear. But I heard his mans go to him like, "Yo, you gotta tighten that shit up." What the fuck she doing in there? Listen, so
smoked it.
So that was definitely a good time. I always had an affinity for Canadian artists because I feel like Canada, like they got the vibe. Like they're very tapped into, it's pretty much America. So it's like it don't feel like you're not overseas in Canada. Right. It doesn't feel like you're in a foreign country.
Right. Yeah.
It still feels like home. So.
I had no idea Cardinal Official was from Canada until years later. It seems like the same thing with a lot of like actors, especially comedic actors.
Oh yeah. And shouts out my girl Eternia too. Yeah. Dope female from Canada.
Cardinal Official music. That Firestarter Volume 1. Man, I played that.
You know your stuff, man.
A little, like I said, I know what I know.
Yeah, I mean you ain't so tapped out as you think you are.
Okay, so how do you stay relevant in your hip hop space?
In my hip hop space, I just do what I do. Like I think it's really important, especially as we age in this thing. A lot of artists have a really hard time grappling with the fact that they're not young, hip themselves anymore. And it's like, dude, there's no need. Like if you have a lane and you feel like you are a master of that lane, why not stick with it? Like it's disheartening to me to see like aging artists bend over backwards to chase a trend. It's like, I don't want to hear 50-year-olds on drill and trap and stuff like that. It's like, do what you do. You have a fan base of people that also grew up with you. Like we still like what we like, and
we still like you for you.
Exactly. If you can't get 1 million people in one place at the same time, you can always get 1,000 people in 1,000 places. It's like it's not about being like the star. It's just about aging gracefully and satisfying your core audience. So and really do what makes you happy, and you build it and they'll come.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
But understand, but listen to constructive criticism. If everybody telling you switch it up, of course, it comes with certain caveats, but I say, you know, my advice to people is always just, you know, pick a lane and
do you?
Yeah. That's it.
I have a great appreciation for artists who aren't interested in, like you said, chasing trends. And I think, especially nowadays, attention is currency. Attention is a hell of a drug. And I feel like there's a lot of artists out there who have learned to use social media trends as their tool without transforming into somebody else.
Right.
Like I listened to another reference to something that you said in a song. It was you on a Knots beat. It was a single. In the song you said, I didn't know why until I found this artist, but you said, had the album of the year, but it ain't Black Milk. And I was like, oh, the hell is Black Milk? And I went and looked him up. I'm like, oh, this is Black Milk. And he's got an album called Album of the Year. And it was hard.
No, I've always, you know, I got punchlines on top of punchlines on top of entendres on top of everything I say is an entendre of some sort. And it's, you know, sometimes people figure it out sooner, sometimes people figure it out later. I still have people in my DMs like, yo, you know, I just realized what you meant when you said da-da-da-da. I'm like, I know, baby, I know. And it got 2 more double meanings.
Right, I wrote it like that.
Yeah. And that's something that I learned from Coogee Rap, which is who's part of my now you asked me what motivated me as an artist coming into the game. Now, the trinity that actually molded my rap style, like taught me what dope rhyming, what a dope MC is, are KRS-One, Coogee Rap, and Rakim. Those are my 3. Like, Coogee Rap taught me like the lyrical syntax of it all, punchlines and metaphors, and not just having the last 2 words rhyme, but keeping up the rhyme, you know, rhymes inside of the bar, rhyming 4 bars, rhyming 8 bars, the whole verse, like that stuff I got from Coogee Rap. Rakim, I felt like I never saw him smile. So I always felt like rap had to be serious. Yeah. Like you can't, like I couldn't have fun with it because I was supposed to just be serious and hardcore all the time. So I'm like, okay,
intense eye contact.
Yeah, like you're not supposed to smile in pictures. Yeah. You're not supposed to. So I would say I've learned my aura, or what could be perceived as like my presence, from Rakim. And KRS-One was just teacher. Like for me, hip hop was supposed to be about teachable moments. It's like it was the age of information. We were on the heels of the civil rights era, so everything was power to the people and just, you know, black strength and not being fooled by the man anymore. So, and shouts out to Public Enemy, because they were also instrumental in teaching me things that I wasn't getting from school, and maybe not even my parents.
Right. Yeah.
So KRS-One is literally the reason why I developed a love for reading books. Like, it wasn't school, it wasn't my parents, it was KRS-One. Read a book. So, and I'm like, okay, I'm reading a book. Hey, I like reading books. Yeah, so, you know, I think those 3 are definitely the 3 that molded me as an actual MC.
Okay. So for Coogee Rap and Rakim's music were things that I had to pick up kind of peripherally from, you know, if my friends were listening to it, I would catch it. By the time I was like seriously catching KRS-One, it was the Return of the Boom Bap album. Okay. I saw the music video for Rappers Are in Danger. Okay. And I was like, this beat is crazy. This dude is like, he just has so many different cadences that he was putting over the track. but I didn't listen. I didn't get to listen to the rest of the album. In high school, I Got Next came out.
Okay.
And it was another it was a situation. I'm on the school bus with my friends.
So you missed all that. Bridges over. Ooh, what a time.
Man, like going back and listening to like learning about that, I'm like, these people were going at it.
And see, and so understand why most of the artists from that era are like aggressive in nature, or why battle rap is so prominent in hip hop, because that's literally the origin story.
Yeah, it's a foundational principle.
Yes.
Like, see, it's just like mixed martial arts. These guys, they don't just go and exercise with their trainers and by themselves. They go spar.
So fast forward to 2026 when you see certain hip hop beefs happening, and people respond through the internet or trolling, and it's like, that's cute or whatever. I mean, the kids appreciate it, but we don't appreciate that.
Like, you gonna go see this guy or what?
Yeah, it's like, are you gonna go in the booth? Like I thought just recently with the whole back and forth with Jim Jones and Fabulous's podcast. You know, versus 50. It's like everybody's getting a kick out of 50 trolling, but I appreciated those brothers getting in the booth.
Yup.
That's what you do,
That's
man.
what you do. And they did.
And this generation, they don't even understand that concept. It's like, oh, these guys try to still rap. It's like, no, that is what you're supposed to do when you beat.
I didn't really think about that. I think that lack of a connection to the face to face, you know, if we're gonna rap about it, let's rap about it. I think like that being missing is part of why the whole
it's a lot
like
missing. We can go down the laundry
there's a
list
huge
of
list.
things that's missing.
Well, that in particular, I think, contributed to how hyped the Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing got, because they, like, people were like, oh, they just been subbing each other for years, and every now and then you'll hear something in a verse, and then they turned and looked at each other and said, you.
Yep.
And
let's go.
The kids were like, they're doing it, and then the people my age are like, they doing it.
I can't believe what they're saying. They're saying such horrible things to each other. Like, yeah, let's go.
Let's go. I feel like people with like the people from the era that like I grew up appreciating, that aggressiveness to also protect the culture.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, like, it wasn't just a New York, New Jersey mentality. If you ask somebody down in Texas back then about KRS-One, they would have at least heard some about it. But then you would also have a group of people like, no, that's the teacher. Like, they knew. They knew. Like, they have a great appreciation for the actual culture, not just the music, not just the image around it. Like, they appreciated people doing it.
And, you know, and be clear, you know, hip hop may have started in New York, but simultaneously there were movements brewing all over the country. I mean, even before the internet really took it all over the world. But you know, you had stuff happening in the West Coast. You had stuff happening in the South and the Midwest. I mean, we probably wasn't getting to hear it as fast as we can now. Now you can be anywhere in the world and everyone can hear it simultaneously. So it might have took a minute for things to reach the South or vice versa. But hey, the Dungeon Family was cooking up in the South. You had NWA, all those guys in the West, and it's funny because I love conspiracy theories. So you know, there's a theory that NWA and those guys were put into position to kind of counteract all of the self-destruction and the I guess the Black Power things, right? That was happening in New York, and just for them to turn around and flip it on them and say "fuck the police." So it's like, yeah, you thought you were gonna remove the conscious rappers with the gangster rap, and then the gangster rappers got conscious on you. So
but like, no, they just had harsher language, and they were less concerned with how you felt when they described the situation. So I love that.
just aggression everywhere.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it was great to just know that like there's so many like had to be there moments.
Oh yeah.
Like people talking about, well, we didn't have internet back then, and thank God for it. Honestly.
Thank God. Oh my goodness, could you imagine?
Man, like
thank God. I'm like, whew, thank God I got through my cause I be a little sensitive. Like even though I talk tough on it, I be home crying like a baby. Like, oh, the trolls is killing me. Are they still killing me? Alright, I'm gonna binge watch this series. Let me see if they still killing me.
All right, for calling everybody whack on that song you did.
Tomorrow. So, nah, I'm just kidding. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, for real.
But on some real shit, I think it probably would have been way worse, especially in our era, with all the things, prior to Me Too and just society kind of learning certain behaviors are not okay anymore.
Yeah.
If social media existed back then, some of
lost
your
a lot.
Some of your favorite rappers would probably be under the jail right now.
Yeah. I was thinking of something. If it's important, it'll come back. What is your favorite song that you created?
My favorite song that I created.
Yes.
It's a song called "Storm Coming."
Okay.
That's my favorite song that I created. It was something I just released on SoundCloud. It's part of my SoundCloud files project, available at RAHDIGGAmusic.com. But so the premise of "Storm Coming" is I am Sarah Connor. Have you seen? You familiar with the movie Terminator?
Yeah,
you understand like the storyline and everything.
Yeah.
So, I am Sarah Connor in the future or in the present, talking to my future babies in rap. Like, this is what's going. I talked about AI and everything in this record. This is how eerily crazy this record is. I'm literally telling future, and when did I released it? Maybe 2013, around 2012, 2013. I'm literally telling future rappers, be careful of AI. Just stuff, heavy stuff. And one verse I'm talking to the guys, one verse I'm talking to the ladies. And then I did a remix with John Connor from the West Coast. So the remix is dope. The remix is even sicker with John Connor, and I've got Chuck D doing the outro on both versions. What? So, and the beat is produced by Marco Polo. To me, it's my favorite. Just the messaging, the beat, like every drop, every ad lib, like it's just a perfectly crafted record. Yeah. And it's like, it almost gives Black Mirror vibes, how crazy accurate everything that I say in this record came to pass.
That I first heard your name in the Flip Mode Squad Imperial album, or was it the
Imperial?
Yeah, Imperial. Okay, all right. So
that was '98.
Busta Rhymes has been on this from his first album all the way up until Anarchy. He I feel like you and him kind of connect on that because he had been telling people what was this thing? There's only 5 years left, bro. And then the next album, and he's still talking to me. He was like, "Look, something's coming. Pay attention. Between now and the year 2000, shit's about to change." And since I was younger, I'd always thought that he was just talking about I was still working through a lot of Christianity stuff. So half of me was he's talking about wars and how corrupt the government it is, and the other half of me is the rapture's on the way and Busta Rhymes knows about it. But he being older now, looking back on that, he was talking about what's about to happen in the industry. That's what I feel like. I feel like he was trying to warn people without saying it directly, without putting any relationships in jeopardy. shit's about to change. A lot of people are about to lose a lot of money. A lot of connections are about to be broken. This hip hop industry shit is about to change, and not absolutely for the better. Some of it for the better, some of it for the worse. So to hear you talk about your song Stormfront, it's like, yeah, y'all Storm coming. Mm-hmm. Y'all been on that vein for a while, like trying to clue people in on like leaning too heavily on convenience.
Look, I'm like, I don't know if he was doing that. He might have been capping. That's my bro, though. Shouts out Buster. No, what made that song real wild is, remember the whole Y2K thing when when the year 2000 hit, it was supposed to mess up time and whatever the geological clock was gonna
planes were gonna fall out the sky.
Yeah, so that was actually a nice lead up for him, or just kind of a callback to that time with him. I think his was a little more metaphysical, where mine's was a little more direct. Like, like, let me explain to y'all what's happening with artists, because I saw it. I saw the, with each generation, it's always gonna be kicked up a notch, and I just saw how the over sexualization of the female artist just started to ramp up. The removal, if you will, of certain code of honors that we had. You write your own rhymes, you don't bite people's style, just things like that. I saw the industry kind of doing away with that. I'm seeing the media kind of pitting the old artists against the new artists, like, we trying to give people the life lessons and the gems and to try not to make the same mistakes we made. And then you have some radio jock, they old school, don't listen to them, they just bitter and wash, and they wanna, it's like, I just saw all of those things kind of working against our gatekeeping system. Yeah. And I started telling folks about it, like, hey, stop listening to outsiders dictate to you what hip hop is. Listen to the people that built it. Yeah. And
and that's not what happened.
And here we are today. You have artists go up to radio stations. When the last time you heard a artist go to a radio station and freestyle? Like, we used to like that stuff. Yeah. You know that, like, that used to be, for me as an artist emerging, I used to not be able to sleep at night from anxiety. Like, yo, I gotta make sure I know my verse. I gotta make sure, make sure if I know I'm going to sit down with an on-air personality, I had to make sure I at least, at the bare minimum, had a 16 ready to go. Because they can call me at any time. I can't forget my words. I can't stutter. And I can't curse on the radio. It's like, there were vetting processes that I feel like one by one just got eliminated. And now, fast forward to today, when we do talk about artists, we're talking more about their personal life than their actual music.
Yes. I recently went back and listened to one of the Joe Budden podcast episodes from last year when they had Doechii on. And she made that point. Like, when people come to going somewhere to get interviewed and everybody's asking about, this and drama and that person, and she's like, can we talk about the raps?
Yeah, it's like, who you go with, who you dating, who you been linked to, this internet beef, and this and that and the third, and it's I mean, I don't know, they say content is king, and it's nothing wrong with changing with the times and reinventing yourself. I will say, fast forward to today, you cannot just be an artist. Right. Like, you definitely have to have other areas that you can springboard into and other endeavors, because unfortunately, being talented alone isn't going to do it.
This is true. We go on about that for hours. I'm going to move to my next question. How often does your family inspire your lyrics?
My family, woo! the way my daughter be beating me in the head for Cash Apps and Zells, I can't stop working. As soon as I start working, she gonna drain the well. So, no, I love my family. For me, they are the biggest inspiration because I was fortunate enough to have that support system. Like, you know, it's easy to tell artists, oh, you know, you gotta stick with your dream, stick with your dream, stick with your dream. But sometimes real life don't make it possible to stick with your dream.
Sometimes you gotta get a job.
Exactly. So I was fortunate enough when I told my parents that I was leaving college and pursuing a rap career to not get kicked out the house. I thank them for not kicking me out. They like, well, we ain't paying for none of that studio time and whatever all this other crap you talking about, but you can still live here. So that was good enough for me. Long as I had a roof over my head to come to at night, I'll just spend the day broke, hungry, hopping turnstiles, trying to get to whatever popping party was happening so I could play my demo for folks.
Was there really a daughter on the intro of the Curtains?
It sure was.
I thought so.
Named Sativa.
Love that. Shout out to Sativa. In your opinion, has hip hop ever truly died? And if it did, what brought it back for you?
I don't think hip hop ever died. I think hip hop never died, never will die. It's the biggest American export there is. Like, hip hop probably generates the most money of any music genre
easily.
And I think what may happen oftentimes, people, because there's so much noise, people may have a hard time or get confused knowing exactly where to look for things.
Right.
But if you look hard enough, you will definitely find the hip hop that is for you.
Thank you. I assume that might be your answer, would be something like that, but like every now and then, well, not every now and then, it's just another talking point that comes up when people feel like saying it. But, you know, people talk about like hip hop died or who killed hip hop, or there was that meme going around, a picture of Lil Wayne in the middle and all these other rappers pointing at him, and the caption's like, who killed hip hop? And it's just something that pops up. I really feel like it's a tired conversation.
Wayne is, they can't play with Wayne.
No, they can't.
Wayne is dope. You know, he might not have been for everybody, but
Wayne was serious business.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely put his 10,000 hours in, earned his stripes, and for a long time, and will still kick somebody ass on the record right now. So
just did that a few times last year.
Hey. Did it to my favorite. I'm like, man.
Whoa, who was that?
Nas on that Icon record. Come on. Look, can't nobody tell me nothing about Nas, but I'm like, Wayne got him on that record. I'm sorry.
He did that to Benny the Butcher last year. That at that Big Dog song. I really, really like that song. Love Benny the Butcher.
That's really when he shined on features. And he's really, you know, some of his political views that he's expressed as of late have kind of made me look at him sideways. But when I met him, he was a sweetheart. I was the opening act on the Cash Money Rough Rider tour. Like I was doing that was my promo tour leading up to Dirty Harriet about to drop. And you know, a couple times he dropped in. Like, it's like the headliner of the concert. How often do you see the headliner of a major concert, you know, come stopping on the little opening act? Like, I'm just checking in, make sure you're good, you got food, you got drinks, you good, you smoke. I'm like, Wayne is definitely good people.
Yeah. People just want something to blame, something to point at for, you know, things that they don't like. My opinion is, like you said earlier, there's so much hip hop music out there. Like, if you look, you will find what you like.
I could tell what is killing hip hop, I will say, because it's never gonna die. But something that is killing hip hop is the fact that artists are allowing so much of their artistry to be dictated by the corporation. It's like as soon as artists realize that they need us we don't need them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll, we can kind of take this thing back, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's too far gone, because now it's with AI, it's getting to the point where they actually don't need us. They got our voice already. They got our likeness. They got everything. They don't even need the human. They really trying to get the humans out of here. Less headache.
Yeah, artists can be headaches, but also AI can't perform live.
For sure. But you know what? They'll find a way to work that. They'll find a way to work around that. Hey, you know what happens? They'll test it. They'll put a concept out there, right? Mm-hmm. And people will either love it or hate it. And they'll just keep sneaking it in until they find a way to make people love it. Now, remember when they first introduced the little AI rapper, and everybody they caught all the backlash. It was like, oh, this is making fun of black people.
Yeah.
So they pulled that back. Now, now Drake can use Tupac voice in a song, and that was cool.
Right.
Or we can just introduce some sweet R&B lovebird artist
who wrote the song but can't sing.
And now it's cool. It's like they'll figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah.
And if people like let it happen, and shouts out to Timbaland. I love Timbaland, but and not only will they find a way to make it work, they will use us to make it work. So now you'll start getting I don't know how many other artists experience this, but I've gotten some emails about, hey, we're launching this new tech company where you can license your voice for to people and and you'll get royalties every time somebody uses it, and you'll find an artist that will sign right up and co-sign it, and it's like we have to do better about protecting our IPs and the culture, really. Yeah. We gotta stop sitting next to the we gotta stop giving passes to people like Aiden Ross and beefing with each other for these others and things like that. So we play a role in our own demise.
We do. Y'all heard it from Sarah Connor. You protect your likenesses, protect your IPs, care about yourself. Nobody's saying don't go get your money.
Care about the culture. Just care about the culture. Like just remember how good it, what it did for you and what it could possibly represent for the person coming after you. Don't just get yours and look away, man. Just make sure you leave the space as tidy as it was when you got there for the next person.
All right. Well, RAH Digga.
Yes.
I love you. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Your album saved my life. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who can say that. So, yeah, but thank you for being here on Hip Hop for Breakfast. I am going to brag about this to all my friends.
All right.
I told my brother about it, and he said, why am I not involved? And I said, I don't know. I didn't make the decision. I just got hired to do this, sir.
Hey.
Really
quick, I just want to take a moment to shout out some work that I'm doing in the community. I have a program, the Lyrics Matter Foundation. And what I do is I do music workshops through various entities, school, different places. And my class of 2025 just released a project, a very dope project. It's a free download, so please support the movement. And yeah, this is what RAH Digga does in her spare time. I walk it like I talk it, man.
Sounds like it. So yeah, with RAHDiggamusic.com.
RAHDiggamusic.com is where you can go to find all things happening with RAH Digga, including the foundational work that I do. Mm-hmm. That has its own website, lyricsmatterfoundation.org, but all roads lead to RAHDiggamusic.com. That's my merch, that's my tour itinerary, links to any interviews, press, new music, old music, unreleased music, pirated music,
pirate radio, baby.
All the things right there for you.
Thank you very much. Hip Hop for Breakfast, Mr. Boxer, RAH Digga.
Digga.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.